I used to always wonder why they had artists. I used to always wonder why when I would go in the studio and I see an artist going in and they talking to you like this. And as soon as they go in there and start doing their verse or whatever, they got to put on his ears old. They got to put on the voice. I'm like, man,
it's a character.
Yeah, it's a character. Like, what's gonna happen when nobody don't want to hear that voice no more? I used to always think that, even about my own with colleagues back in the days. I had to sit there and say to myself sometimes, like, wow, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm just going to this song and just do exactly what but also that was helpful because I was around people that was living a certain way and I wasn't. And so that's why I told you I had to figure out how can I make my verses, how can I make the people that's asking me, let me hear this, let me hear that, let me hear yours. How can I make them talk about my verse after they hear it? And that's what made me aim for upwards, like you said.
Yeah.
Because I looked at those guys because they're hearing y'all verse and they're gonna talk about it after months after. So I wanted that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want them to talk about mine forever. I mean, and it's one that we don't live actually. It's actually being lived out, and the people are not around us, but the people who actually some that don't know us and never met. That's just what they think we could do.
Yeah,
they think we can do what we want, when we want, and how we want. You know what I mean? Trust me. They always think. You know what I mean? Somebody always see me, be like a statement may get thrown around or coming around me like, that'll never happen to. Like, nah, actually, it'll happen to me way before what happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you have to also, unfortunately, you may live a life experience of you that teaches you that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can view from the side and see it happen to someone else and you see what you shouldn't do or should do. Things like that. And so definitely you have to, hopefully you have that balance. And like you said, you can be aspirational in many ways. So you can be that way to a peer. You know what I mean? Someone on the sideline just looking and trying to figure out, okay, why is this person that way? Maybe they saying to themselves, that's why this person is so successful. That's why this person is still here. And hopefully you can be aspirational in that way as well. And when, at any given time, I could have went the route music was going.
Yeah.
And those ways, those ways die. And then the new route start. And if you are on one of those dying ways and dying routes, you might, no matter how new you want to be, you could have died with it. Something I never did. I never done that. So when people always ask this question, like, what do you listen to now? I swear, bro, you can go over to probably 20 years ago, and my answer's always the same. It's because, obviously, if I'm answering it's the same, it's because of the truth. I don't listen to no one.
Right.
I'm too busy listening to what I just did and depicting it and trying to figure out what I shouldn't have said or what I shouldn't have. Literally, bro, I would not lie to you. When I hear something, and I literally would live for this moment too, because it's my moment to hear something different. It's when I was driving when I lived in Miami, and I was driving. I ain't need no chauffeur, nobody, no Sprint or nothing. Driving my own cars.
Right.
Is when you first get in the car, you cut it on, and whatever's on the radio is on. I used to dive. I used to literally live for that moment. Because the only time I hear something else, and it's so new to me. I'm like, what is this? This the biggest song in the country. You don't even you don't even know, like, it's number one song in the country. Fool, that's what it is. But with that said, is what I would do is what I'm doing with my art is I'm in there and I'm the guy that's in whatever warehouse he's in. He don't come out, so he don't know what the hell's going on in this world.
Right.
But when he open that little shade garage up or whatever, and he come show you the art, they put it to whatever's going on to whatever, and I make sure that I'm not telling them that I use the term the other day, man. I'm just shooting my shot every time and hoping is valid. My confirmation to myself is your reaction.